is a world
there you
out
go.
there.
The door has opened.
Roll the door open.
The door has opened.
Door stop, Felix.
Door is open. Door stop is engaged.
Okay, item 26.
That's a hell of a
Move
checklist
seat
now.
to the rear of capsule. Item 27. Lift legs into the door threshold. Item 28. Slide the seat forward. Okay, item 29. Release seat belt. Item 29. Felix, release the seat
I'll
belt.
make a little breakfast here. I just thought y'all might be interested in that.
Attaboy. That's good. Okay. Slide forward into the rest position.
Alright, listen to him.
Go a little bit further forward so we can check your chute. Your chute's okay, Felix. I say it again. Item 31. Your chute integrity is checked. Your parachutes are not deployed. Item 32. Verify cutaway knife. Handle strap is attached. The knife in proper position. Say Roger if it's so.
Roger.
Okay. Chest pack faceplate heat is on. Make certain that's is on and you got a red light.
Piston light is on.
Okay, here we go. Item 34. Disconnect chest pack umbilical. Okay, do you read me, Felix, on the communications? Felix, give me a short count.
Got a little nerves.
Okay. Stow umbilical. Disconnect both oxygen supply hoses.
Don't rush me.
Okay, are they disconnected? Give me a thumbs up if they're disconnected. They're still connected. Felix, disconnect the oxygen hose. Boy. All right, stand up on the exterior step. Keep your head down. Release the helmet tie-down strap. Start the cameras. And our guardian angel will take care of you.
Really? Guardian angel. Our guardian angel? Okay. Is that like UFO fuck up somewhere in the middle?
Well, I know. The whole lot is working out. And I wish to see all I can see. Sometimes you have to get up really high. The smaller you are, I'm going home now.
Her way.
Talk to him.
Speed 546. Speed 600 miles per hour. Speed 650 miles per hour. Speed 700. Speed 725. Speed 729. Feet fall, speed 729 and decelerating.
showing Felix at a stable descent.
Well, that's very, very reassuring what we've seen there. That high speed drop, and now you can see from the little dot, there's the applause.
You calling me?
You said something. Yep. Family applauding, but you can see by
Can you hear me?
the little dot that he's in controlled descent.
2 minutes into free fall.
You have to, you're skipping in, he's got to skip in though.
So 2
In
minutes.
the atmosphere. Earth rotating. Yeah.
Keep talking, Felix. Keep talking.
Still can't quite make that out, but reassuring to hear his. And you can see how he's in control there. That's showing you the supply of oxygen in his oxygen bottles.
Yes, Felix, I hear you. Go ahead. Roger, go ahead.
Hotline.
Go ahead, Felix, I hear you. Go ahead.
I have been following the grid for a long time. Sounds like I have to get out. For some reason. Like we start to eat now. Otherwise, coach.
I bet he had a
Still
bunch
free
of
fall.
shows
Really
and
stable
everything.
when you fall in 3.5 minutes.
I mean, like Rocket Man.
Record
I
is
have been told before because my laser's swapping up. I repeat, my laser swapping up.
Anybody ever thought about these being UFOs?
Like hell.
Military's testing a bunch of people, you know what I mean, dropping them from outer space like that. This guy,
so you
we
can
get to see
understand
what
that. He
he's
said
doing.
his visor was fogging up,
Pretty
but he's
interesting, ain't it?
getting to warmer altitudes.
Be careful.
There's the chute. There's the chute.
I doubt he's our first test man to do that. Or, quick. But noted, he done it. It's amazing. And he got documented for it. That's really cool. I bet you left the motherboard.
So under parachute now.
Couldn't have done any better myself.
There's from the helicopter now.
At 5 to 10. Out of the north
Under
at 5
canopy,
to 10. And you can contact
floating
Mike Todd
safely-
on this frequency. Give Mike
floating
Todd a
safely
call.
down to Earth. There's Ava Baumgartner.
It's the winds out of the north, 5 to 10. Give Mike
Elated,
Todd a call. on
tears
this
of
frequency.
joy
Over.
from Mission Control. As Felix now approaches the ground.
Here the winds here are out of the east and about 10 to 15.
So we're now at 6,000 feet.
This is Mission Control. Felix's current altitude under the chute is 6,600 feet.
Hey, I need that exit.
So he has the highest
We're
jump.
looking for you, bud. We can't find you. The telemetry didn't work.
There he is. There's a closer shot from the helicopter.
Felix, the wind's out of the north, 5 to 10.
East.
Beautiful shot.
Facing that big tower. Anybody can hear? I'm facing that big tower.
Okay, if the wind's out of the east, I'm sorry, I'm giving you the wrong information. Out of the east.
Oh, you're feeling we're coming your way, bud. Carry on, I need clear. Where are you?
Coaching arc.
Felix, wind is out of the east. The wind is out of the east.
Under parachute, you have
We're coming your way right now.
quite a bit of control. By pulling those,
Carry on. Land down and come in the direction.
Wind's out of the east, Felix. Wind's out of the
by
east.
pulling the cords, he can control a fair amount of control on his path into this landing. Now we see that scrub earth below.
Felix's altitude is 5,800 feet.
Just 5,000 feet now, so really nearing, and the altitude out there, I'm not sure of the altitude of the ground.
Hey, drop from clear, guys. Drop from target clear.
Luke's making the call to drop smoke, Felix.
That means to drop a
east, Felix.
smoke marker from one of the helicopters. Oh, he wanted to see, I see. He wanted the smoke so he could see the wind direction.
Hey, Felix, the wind is coming from the ridge. The wind is coming from the ridge. No, towards the ridge.
Art
Sorry.
Thompson,
The wind
the
is coming
technical
towards
director,
the ridge.
Critical Status Program, telling him that the wind is coming from the direction of that ridge I was talking about. So he certainly got the highest jump mark that he was after. You'll find out about the Mach. Did he break the speed of sound as he hoped? Here he's coming. And there you can see by the approaching shadow, he's just about there, and he's down on the earth, safely back. Down on his knees, what a shot. So he has the new record.
And Mission Control shows recovery crew is at Felix's location. Also, Mission Control shows the order has been cut from the capsule, and the capsule is on its descent.
So in there fast. He has the world's record now for the highest jump by far. Around 28,000 feet. So more than 24 miles up. Successful after all this training, all this work, all this time. There is the capsule being lowered. It has been cut away from the balloon. Its parachute deploying automatically, and the capsule comes down to preserve the data and the pictures that are there. There's
Stratos capsule altitude is
family celebrating.
4,000 feet.
Mrs. Baumgartner, friends, Felix Baumgartner Sr., his father, all celebrating here at Mission Control. There's the recovery helicopter very near where he landed, out to the east of Roswell.
Oh, Roswell. No, that's good.
Yeah, we have unofficial word there on some of those statistics. It was a 4 minute, and this was unofficial as they got it in Mission Control. 4 minute
Mission Control
and
shows
22
capsule at
second.
8,000 feet and descending.
Nice. Well, I think that he's not the first though. So, what we have here is a failure to communicate. Well, no. Actually, no. Working on littles. There you go. You just have to deal with what I'm watching. But actually, the Germans they thought about all that a long time ago, having a whole fleet or what do you call it, battalion of men, platoon that could fly. So what if you put like 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 of those capsules up, and then each one of them carried at least 5-10 people in there, so you multiply that out, and everybody just jumped out at one time. Nobody knew where they was going really, and until actually, and they couldn't track them and chase them or anything, you know, so hey, too small a target, you know what I mean? Boom, they pop in, flying under the radar. So, you know, hey, you never know, that might be some of these UFOs that's floating around there. It's just me. Crazy. It is pretty cool though. Get the jump. Wow. Let's see. Favorite videos. No. Alright. Let's do this. God. Here we go. And this here's Texan. I pride myself where I come from. Gotta watch this guy.
Video offers a rich and engaging way to connect with your audience and grow your business. And now, with Google AdWords for Video, advertising with video has never been easier, faster, more accountable, or more insightful.
Man, it just collected.
To get started with Google AdWords for Video, click here.
That's cool. Animals.
Wow. Mr. Mars, welcome to GLP's The Raw Feed. How are you, sir?
Well, howdy. Well, I'm just tolerable.
You're what? That I didn't get that. You're what?
Oh, I'm tolerable.
Tolerable. You're tolerable. And that would be a Texas thing. You're tolerable. That would be a Texas thing. My dad's from Texas.
There you go. I'm a little stuffed up because of pollen and spraying allergies, but we'll make it.
Good. You know, Mr. Marsh, your work is known throughout most internet forums and alternative news sites. I mean, you got fans all over. You know, I think one question I wanted to start off with, which, you know, by reason whether they come to GLP or, you know, we go to forums, we go to messages, we buy books such as yours. What inspires a person such as yourself to get into this world and write a book?
Well, I'm giving it to you in one word. Truth. I just want you to
have to find a better version of him here.
The mafia's running the country.
I like this.
Okay? I'm not anarchist. I'm not a...
He hits it right on the nose.
Okay, but I just want to know that's the case.
I hadn't heard this one.
You know, if our military under the control of holdover Nazis is running the country.
Hey, whoa.
Okay, you know, if that's okay.
I hadn't heard this one.
Who am I to raise Cain?
But that's pretty much essentially what it is. You know, we got all the numbers.
My commitment to journalism back in the 50s.
The funny thing is they took over.
Read between the lines, look behind the lines, look behind the official.
They took over.
And find out what's really going on and tell the public, you know, the best you can and the best you can find out what's really happening. And hey, fool as I was, I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. And I still think that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, and that's what journalists...
They say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but number one, there's no secret that conspiracies are everywhere. The whole history of the world is a conspiracy. As Franklin Roosevelt once said, in politics, if anything happens, you better believe somebody planned it that way. If you have a business and somebody says, do you have a business plan? And you say no, then they're going to think you're an idiot. And yet you don't tell your business plan to everybody and anybody. So it's kind of a secret conspiracy. But it's not a bad one. If you conspire with your fellow office workers to throw a surprise birthday party for the boss, that's a conspiracy. It's not a bad one. The things that I talk about, of course, are things that I consider bad conspiracies. And then, of course, we get to theory. Well, excuse me, if you can prove something, it's no longer a theory, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, so for example,
Listen.
when I say, something is very, very wrong with the official account of the 9/11 attacks, well then, that makes me a conspiracy theorist, or so I'm told. But yes, I'm looking here at a 2009 book written by John Farmer, who's not really a great writer, and he's certainly not a novelist, and he's not a journalist.
He doesn't have a following.
He was the senior counsel to the official 9/11 Commission. Their top lawyer, okay, to the commission, appointed by George W. Bush. And on page 2 of his book, he says, quote, "In the course of our investigation into the national response to the attack, the 9/11 Commission staff discovered that the official version of what had occurred that morning was almost entirely and inexplicably untrue." So, wait a minute. If the chief lawyer of the 9/11 Commission says that the story they told us is almost totally and
Believe it or not,
untrue, then why am I being a theorist?
my little girls
being unpatriotic and simply
are doing their thing. I'm not kidding.
Well, exactly, and that's the problem. I think that's why it's growing. I mean, I think when we look at forums or we look at alternative news or conspiracy or UFOs, whatever it may be, everything's supposed to be true. And right now, journalism isn't providing that. And that's what you went to school for.
No way. I'm almost ashamed to say I'm a journalist.
She hadn't started
Because
looking it up.
what I see passing for journalism today is just atrocious.
So?
I mean, there is no news media in this country anymore. All there is corporate advertising deliveries.
Take these.
And if you have to figure out that information process, whoa, so much better for you.
And stimulate them a little bit.
No, and I think that's what people are looking for. I mean, obviously with your work,
I need to change them out.
Bestseller books and paperback books,
By that,
when you started doing these books, was there anybody around at the time?
That size on or something.
You started releasing them kind of early a little bit.
It's just one of them
that
things.
Kind of inspired you to start to write these books that also do conspiracies?
Stuff, everything.
But none of them
But I will.
Right. Starting with the assassination and then going on to
I'm making an omelet, by the way. Angela.
Society, government conspiracies, research.
She likes it.
There are dozens, hundreds, perhaps thousands of good, dedicated private citizens, Americans, who have been digging in, trying to find the truth.
Not afraid.
And everybody comes up with a piece of it, okay? But they didn't have any outlets. Okay, the news media paid no attention to them.
My pepper plant, boy, I wish I could save that. I'm gonna get me a couple more of them because there was really a real good producer.
Run into your local newspaper and say, "Hey, I've got proof here that the mayor is on the take."
I had banana peppers that big.
No, they're going to grill you. They're going to say, "Well, have you got 3 sources? Have you got documents?
It's unreal how many that plant put off.
Have you got film? Can you prove all this? Yada yada." And 9 times out of 10. The allegations.
My videos are always really long. I don't edit them or do anything to them.
And yet, if I come in from the government and I say I'm from the White House, here's a press release.
But this is all fresh, good stuff, and I plan on putting this out to the populace. Just what you see here. I will have chickens too. Fresh yard bird.
Way past 2014. In fact, indefinitely. So just say we're withdrawing.
That was the plan.
Which means
and it's still the plan. I'm going with it.
They just run it.
I don't care what happens.
They don't go
I'm not
find out
worried too much about a.
It's really sad. So mine.
Oh well.
The people I honor and the people that I think
might not have
are the individual researchers
signed on.
who actually do the lead.
It's just a question whether or not they won't pop that hole in there.
Actually,
that's what we're waiting on.
And I'll tell you, I don't really actually consider myself a researcher. I consider myself what I've always been, a journalist, just like a reporter. So what I do is I take all the work that these people to get into a book form.
We got
it gets out to the public.
Smoked sausage. I got the hot links on that one.
No, that's
because
I'll show you a little surprise when this right here is going.
What you don't know,
Really, man.
Very true. I think, and I think that's when we're all trying to search for the truth. And yeah, and I don't mean to be as we're not so much that we're trying to say that we're researchers. We're writing to try to express the truth. We're trying to show the truth and display it some way. And you're teaching, and obviously you're recently retired from the University of Texas in Arlington. What is the difference between, you taught for 20 years on, like, let's say the Kennedy assassination.
Margarine.
What is that? Have you seen a difference between every year of people that come in to a class like that or a course that you teach on the Kennedy assassination? Have you seen difference between the kids that you last taught, between the first group of students?
Oh, absolutely. Because when I started that class back in 1976, anybody that said that Kennedy was killed by anything other than just the lone wolf, Lee Oswald, was considered a conspiracy theorist or worse. Okay? But then the church committee came along right a couple of years later, and they determined that our CIA had been killing people all over the world. And so all of a sudden it wasn't such a strange stretch to think that maybe they sent a hit team to Dallas. And then this led to the
creation messed up, put a bunch of clothes in garbage.
And about 1980, they finally concluded their investigation and said that based on scientific evidence, as well as other evidence, they concluded that there probably was a conspiracy to kill Kennedy because they had definite proof that at least 2 gunmen were involved, including from the infamous Grassy Knoll. But they said, but we're out of time, we're out of money, so we would encourage the Justice Department to continue the investigation. Well, the Justice Department not only did not continue the investigation, all they did was convene a hand-picked, paid-off panel of the American Academy of Sciences to call into question the House Committee's double set of acoustical studies. Of course, that made all the headlines. And then a few years later, over in Britain, a peer-reviewed paper, they reviewed the Academy of Sciences' work and said it was flawed and that the methodology was bad. And so the cover-up, in this case, in the form of obfuscation and just red herrings and a lot of smoke, continued.
I have a question for you. Your personal. What is your opinion? Why do you think JFK was shot, or was he, or assassinated? I should say. Do you have any conclusions yourself?
Yeah, it comes down to a French term, coup d'état. Okay, well, C-O-U-P, possibly E-T-A-T, coup d'état.
It's cream cheese, by the way.
A change of government
this right here is
through a violent act, and that's what happened in 1963. And in fact, I just think it with some interest noticed that even the pro-lone gunman people admit that the whole destiny of this country changed with that act. Without going into all the details, which I could, just suffice it to say that if Kennedy had not been assassinated and had lived and had gotten
you see it here in just a moment, the fixings, there it is. They got some ham over there. We're going to get down with a little bit of ham in that, and I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to surprise you with something else I made the other night, just like blow your mind. So y'all peace and enjoy it for a moment.